Hi, guys, and welcome to your favorite podcast, Fitness is for Everybody. I'm your host, Nathan, and I'm currently an exercise science student at Georgia State University. This week, we will be talking about fat phobia in the fitness industry and what we as fitness and professionals and fitness consumers should be doing to make the industry more accessible as a whole. I think most of us are aware of fitness influencers and the massive presence they have in our lives and our feeds, whether we want to see them or not. However, it is the fitness professionals that you interact with face to face, like personal trainers, exercise physiologists, and physical education teachers, that have the largest impact on our public health. I think many people have fallen into the trap of thinking fitness is only for those who are already fit. But that is not the case. In fact, most gyms realize that they need to be marketed not only to those who are already fit, but also to over 40% of American adults who are overweight or obese. Not only is it good business appealing to a much larger market, but obesity contributes to an increased risk of death from anywhere from 22% to 91%. And if we can help prevent that, it should be our top priority. I think a good place to start on just about anything is an agreed upon definition for the purpose of this discussion. We will be defining fat phobia as the negative stereotypes and attitudes attached to and surrounding people with larger bodies. As recently as 2022, a study found that when overweight or obese individuals were polled, 100% of them reported direct discrimination by either gym staff or other gym goers. The fact that all of the participants had experienced discrimination shows that fat phobia in fitness spaces specifically is still a current issue despite the strides that have seemingly been made in society as a whole for larger bodies. My apologies. They were reporting instances of explicitly negative comments about body weight and body size. For me, an even bigger issue is that the fact that these larger people who were at gyms trying to better their health were not reporting instances of indirect discrimination, though that is prevalent as well. The fact that not only the staff but the other patrons felt comfortable enough in the space to say those sorts of things out loud is appalling to me. It signifies that fitness spaces have a lot of work to do to make it clear that kind of behavior is not just frowned upon, but intolerable within the fitness community. Not only are these sort of comments hurtful, it has been shown that those who experience stigma at the gym have significantly higher associations with negative attitudes towards the gym, maladaptive behaviors to cope with stigma, weight bias internalization, unhealthy weight control practices, and poor self-reported physical and emotional health. Growing up, I watched shows like The Biggest Loser that pushed the idea that tough love and bullying was the only way to help overweight contestants lose weight. But research has shown that in the majority of cases, we see the opposite effect. These type of weight loss reality shows endorse already prevalent stereotypes on larger bodies as lazy and incompetent, while normalizing aggression towards the contestants and minimizing their lived experiences. These shows did nothing more than solidify our collective conscious the already pervasive weight-relating stigma. In most cases, I would turn to higher education as a first step to creating a more inclusive space where everyone can work towards a healthier future. However, many fitness professionals have obtained a higher education like me, do so through an exercise science program still showing a strong anti-fat bias. In 2015, a comparative study was done that showed a significant anti-fat bias among both undergrad athletes and exercise science students. This finding definitely made me pause, but I realized that we still need to start with higher education. These classrooms should be where fitness professionals learn compassion, empathy for the population that they work with, including those within larger bodies. I truly believe that the majority of people in this field did not join it with the intention of mistreating and harming their larger clients. This is not an excuse, though. The burden falls squarely on us as fitness professionals to do the work to educate ourselves and reflect on our own biases and the way in which they can affect our work. Daggett Youth published a study in 2016 that found that education and training showed a significant benefit to those who exhibited weight bias. This shows that we definitely have the ability to do better as a profession. When the professionals and institutions become more inclusive, I think we will start to see the fitness community as a whole shift to being more inclusive to all bodies and fitness levels. Something I never considered before my research for this podcast was the butterfly effect this discrimination can have on public health. If fitness spaces are not accessible to those who are already not fit, then by definition we are condemning those unfit individuals to stay that to stay that way permanently. In several studies, participants mentioned not being able to use the facility's equipment because they couldn't fit, being unable to work out because they had to face a mirror, as well as a lack of adaptations during group fitness classes. In these cases, the individuals are already experiencing many physical obstacles to engage in physical activity, and discrimination is just another thing to add to the list. As fitness professionals, we should strive to eliminate as many obstacles to physical activity as possible for our clients, not only for their physiological health, but also for their mental health. I think it is important that gym staff understand that fat phobia comes in many forms, from well-meaning but unsolicited advice and encouragement to lose weight, to indifference and flat-out rudeness from staff in favor of helping the quote-unquote more deserving or fit individuals. As fitness professionals, we should strive to eliminate as many obstacles to physical activity as possible for our clients, not only for their psychological health, but also for their mental health, as I've stated before. This research is vital to the field because it is only critical with self-reflection that we can improve. Thankfully, for much of the research offers suggestions for how we can improve, both as individuals and at the institutional level. There are 5 primary areas in need of change: professional development, code of conduct, fitness culture, programming and physical environments, and amenities. Don't worry, if you didn't get all that, we will go through each one of those categories and break them down to get a better idea of it. Professional development falls squarely under education, both on facility policy and academic perspectives on fitness. The code of conduct, on the other hand, focuses more on behavior on both staff and gym members as a result of the education provided in professional development. Many fitness professionals have never been overweight themselves and may struggle to connect with those clients as a result. Professional development should not address not only the psychological components of losing weight, but also the emotional toll it can take. Physical environments and amenities can encompass things like structures of activities offered, the accessibility of the equipment, and the creation of physical space where all bodies are welcomed. Programming follows a similar vein, but ensuring that group activities can be adapted to different fitness levels and abilities. Programming improvement can be done in the form of creating outreach programs or partnerships that allow more diverse modes of physical activity. The final category is the most nebulous with fitness culture. Changing the culture of fitness isn't going to happen overnight, but with time and perseverance, it can be done. I don't think that all fitness professionals are going to lose their biases, but my hope is that even those who hold those negative beliefs will be able to acknowledge their biases and maintain professionalism for those clients who are in larger bodies, because then people are not the only ones deserving of space in the fitness community. As we're coming to the end of our discussion, I feel it is important to give a voice to those disenfranchised by our community. Harunjan, researched the experience of fat women and their experiences in fitness spaces in 2019, and sadly, many of their experiences are not unique. They spoke extensively about the emotional whiplash they experienced from being told day in and day out to lose weight, and then being excluded from fitness spaces they are for not already being fit. The idea that overweight people in our society are supposed to lose weight but are only allowed in fitness communities after they are already fit is absurd. The conflation of morality and fitness not new and can cause significant shame in fat individuals trying to engage in fitness space. I, for one, think that we know better, and now it is time for us as professionals to prioritize doing better. I hope you got as much from the discussion as I did researching for it. And I look forward to seeing strides we make and making sure fitness is for everybody. Hi, guys, and welcome to your favorite podcast.